Well, it's a new lawn season and you've decided you're finally going to do something about that pathetic piece of grass in front of your house. And you go to the store and you buy all this stuff and then you think to yourself, well, I don't even know what to do with it. Do I have to water this crap into my lawn? Do I just put it out and leave it alone? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video.
For the rest, you can just watch this how-to video on YouTube.
To the one and only thing you got to do to have a nice lawn. It comes down to that. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you joining me on Budget Lawns. If it's your first time here, I hope it's not your last. If you like this video and it helped you at all, come on. Help me help you. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so if you're deciding that this year's the year you're going to take control of your lawn and you're going to apply products to make it better, the first thing you should always remember is that the label is the rule. Always follow the bag label. That is your safest route and your best bet to apply these products correctly to your lawn. But there are a few tips that can make it just a little bit easier. And I get asked all the time, do I have to water this in? Do I have to water that in? Can I apply this with that or that with this? Sometimes the answer is yes. Other times the answer is no. So let's kind of break that down for you today because it's really not as complicated as you might think. All right? Now, there's fertilizers. Let's start there. You're talking mainly two types of fertilizers. Those that are synthetic and those that are organic. Okay? So when I said water that crap in, oddly enough, I'm actually talking about a type of fertilizer that is kind of made from crap, and that's an organic fertilizer. With an organic fertilizer, you're looking for the word on the bag that says biosolid, and that's the crap. Biosolid. Now, crap doesn't mean it's bad. It's actually from human crap. Okay? Biosolid. Look for that. That's what your products like Milorganite, or ProCare Natural, and several other organics are made out of. Okay? That's a slow-release fertilizer. The biosolid organics do not have to be watered in. However, if you're talking about a synthetic fertilizer, those fertilizers do need to be watered in. You don't want to leave a synthetic fertilizer on your lawn without watering it in as soon as possible, especially those that are really high in nitrogen, because then you run the risk of burning your lawn. So when it comes to fertilizers, synthetic, water that bad boy in. Organic, a biosolid, you don't have to water that crap in, okay? There's your two fertilizer options. Now, when it comes to weed control products, you've got pre-emergence and you have post-emergence. Pre-emergence keep weeds from coming up in your lawn. If you screw that up, you got to use, or don't use it at all, you have to use a post-emergent. Those are used to kill weeds that are already in your lawn. With the pre-emergent, like the synthetic fertilizer, shortly after applying that to your lawn, you need to get a pre-emergent watered in. You have to water that product into the lawn so it activates those active ingredients into the soil and acts as a barrier that keeps those weeds from breaking through. On the other hand, with a post-emergent, a weed killer, you do not want to water those in on your lawn. When you spray a weed killer on the lawn, You want to apply it, whether it be a broadcast treatment covering a large area or a spot treatment just covering specific weeds in small sections or even one at a time. You want to spray that on and leave it. Watering after spraying that on will just wash that product off of the leaf blades of the weeds and make it less effective. It needs to attach to those weed plants, work its way through the leaves, and then down into the root system to kill it. So when you spray a weed killer, whether it be a ready to use that's already mixed up, one that you mix up in a sprayer, or one that you use through a hose-in nozzle, spray it and leave it. Sometimes if you leave it a little bit longer, 24, 48, 72 hours, it gives that product more time to work its way through the leaves and into the plant to kill it, so you see better results. Now, one way to also see better results when you're mixing it up, if you're doing it in a pump sprayer, use something that's called a surfactant. A surfactant can be something that you already have in your home. It's not something else you have to go buy. It could be baby shampoo or dishwashing liquid. Soaps like that you add just about an ounce per gallon into your sprayer will help those products stick like glue onto the leaves of those weed plants, and that will increase their effectiveness as well. Hey, sorry to interrupt your conversation, but did you know every Tuesday evening at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, here on Budget Lawns, we are live? Not just me. You might not even believe this, but it's me and Joe. He used to be Joe the Lawn Warrior, now he's Wooder Boy Productions. We're here with you every Tuesday night talking lawns and life and grass and things that aren't grass. So we hope you'll join us sometime. All right, now back to what you were doing. So you see, I get asked a lot, can I fertilize and kill weeds at the same time? Well, if you're using an organic fertilizer or biosolid that doesn't have to be watered in, sure, you can spread that across the lawn as well as spray a weed killer, because you're not going to have to water that organic fertilizer in, which would wash off your weed killer that you sprayed. But if you're going to use a synthetic fertilizer that has to be watered in, don't spray your weeds. But if you're going to use a synthetic fertilizer and a pre-emergent, both of which have to be watered in, go ahead. Spread them across the lawn at the same time. But you'll also find too, look, there are a lot of nuances here. It's not a black and white yes or no answer sometimes, because there's also timing that has to go into play. If it's time to spread a pre-emergent in the spring, it may be too early for a post-emergent or fertilizer. So pre-emergents usually go down a little bit earlier in the spring, and you wait to do a post-emergent till it's a little bit warmer and the weeds are more actively growing. And typically that's around the time that you would want to get your first round of fertilizer in, as that Bermuda grass, because I've got a warm season Bermuda grass, is really starting to come out of dormancy. So if this gets confusing to you in any way possible, leave me a comment down below, because again, it's kind of like just connecting dots. If this, then do that. If this, then do that. It's not always a simple answer to tell you yes you can or no you can't. Sometimes for us YouTube creators in lawn care, we need a few more details to help steer you in the right direction. But I hope this video helps at least get you thinking in the right direction. And if I can help in any other way, please don't hesitate to drop a question down below and I will answer it. I get back to 99.99% of the questions and do my best to help you out the best I can. But until next time, that's all we've got for this edition of Budget Lawns. I appreciate you joining me as always. We'll see you soon.